Relationships. Y'all dishonest. Y'all can't come to y'all significant other and tell them the truth like I can tell strangers and outsiders. You guys are lying. You guys that say that y'all gonna be with this woman for approximately at least 30 years without no divorce or no discrepancy of looking at another woman or being with another woman, it's false. You niggas will fold at a dime. You niggas' options is low. You niggas' testosterone is low. You niggas is lying to y'all woman about wanting to have a threesome, wanting to be polygamous. By nature, y'all know y'all are. You niggas is liars. Straight up. You niggas not being honest. The women not being honest. Everybody is polygamous and cheating on each other and talking about they against it. What's up with the dishonesty? Why we just can't keep it real with one another? Why we just can't keep the love neutral? Why the love can't be transparent? Why it can't be unconditional? Why we can't love people despite their flaws? Why they have to have millions of dollars or be Chris Brown in the studio? Why you can't love them despite their flaws? Why you can't have unconditional love? Why you want to deprive and demoralize and take away their human rights to be human? Dehumanizing people. I'm not allowing them to actually be a human. Controlling their every move, possessiveness. Putting them in the construct of containment. Keeping them locked in to something that's not the truth. Disguising and lying, deceiving and manipulating. Just so that you selfishly can get your way. I don't think that's the ways of the Most High. I think a man with 3-4 baby mamas should all move them in so they can all prosper together. They can all create generational wealth and stop genociding themselves to not having nothing. No property, no nothing, by paying all these different landlords. They pay 4-5 different landlords, have nothing at the end of the fucking cost. Genocide. You end up with no property, no nothing, because unity signify and notify God. It represents Him. And you guys are sitting there hating each other. Oh, she can't come to the baby shower. She can't come to the birthday party. Why? Y'all kids are related. I don't understand why kids that's related can't come to the same place together and have a family and be a unity together. Unity signify and represents the Most High. But see, you guys don't like representing the Most High. You like lying, you like deceiving, you like manipulating, you like getting your way. Love does not demand its own way. Love holds no record of wrongs. Love is unconditional. Love is kind. Love never gives up. But you guys are constantly judging people for their sins like your sins is better. When the righteous judgment comes from God. And He's the righteous. He sits on the throne for all righteousness. You guys pretending to be righteous. Pretending to love people. Only thing y'all doing is idolizing and possessing people. And possessed by that. That you guys want to keep them constrained in a confined area to where they can't prosper or experience human life. And you call yourself justice and righteous and loving. And these people can't even experience human life. God gave them human life to experience, to make flaws, to go through adversity, to grow. And you guys are telling them they can't. You guys are telling them if they go through these things, that you will no longer be there with them. And God never forsaken them or forbidden or forgotten them. He walks with these people who want salvation, who wants love genuinely, who wants the truth, who doesn't respect dishonesty. You guys are allowing these things to ruin y'all and destroy y'all, detour y'all, and making y'all think that y'all more righteous and above the program. Y'all think that y'all are bigger than the program. When did we become bigger than the program? When have we not have to follow God's rules and regulations and laws and His ways of love? We came from Africa. I know that. Niggas had a lot of love from Africa. Niggas was together, unity. No matter if the slave master was raping a nigga, the women still loved him. Yeah, it's getting out of hand. It's getting detoured. It's getting driven to a dark side of humanity. Where people just don't love you unless you got millions of dollars. Are you Chris Brown? Just an example. They in love with materials, material possessions. They even think you are material or idol to possess and to idolize. They truly don't have love in their heart. They don't understand it. They're far from it. The best they can get to it is doing something in the material realm physically for you and say, I did this because I love you. It took barely any sacrifice. Barely any notion of love. When you understand what love is, you don't judge. No judgment is passed. My sins can't be better than your sins. Your human flaws and your experience that you go through in this realm is God-given. It's by choice, not by force. Love does not demand its own way. If they cannot identify with the truth with you and who you are and what you are, if you're a king, you're a king. If you're a peasant, you're a peasant. If you're a leader, you're a leader. If you're a sheep, you're a sheep. There's no lukewarm in between what you are and what you should be. Everything else is just an illusion and deception of who you are. You need to know how to embody love of God and be around those who can't block your signal for manifestation. I always decide to live as a king and put the rest of the faith in God's hands. Because he already ordained me to be who I am before I came. Before I came, I already had indicators and clues to awaken me back to who I am. I won't fall for deception or lies. I will only seek truth in the Most High. I only live for God. I only carry his mission out. No other mission entertain me, and it's irrelevant to my cause of what I'm doing in humanity to raise the consciousness. You guys will think y'all living in love by restricting and retaining, by constricting, by creating institutional prisons in the mind, creating mental prisons. People can't break free. People do anything to break out of these prisons. They'll go do the worst of the worst crime of sin just to break out of the prison that you have them in. You got people locked in a lower frequency of hell. And they'll do anything to break out of this hell. This prison state mentality where I can't do this, I can't do that, I will be judged. But guess what? God is the only righteous judge, the only living truth, the only divine origins. We only came back here to remember who we are, to wake up the planet. So if those don't remember around you, they don't identify with the truth and who you are and what your purpose and mission is with God. It doesn't have nothing to do with them. They can say, well, I don't do this, I don't do that, I don't go for this, I don't go for that. They're only projecting their fear. Their fear of loss. Their fear of insecurity. Their fear of not being confident. The disguise can only last and the illusion can only hold up for so long before whatever in the dark comes to the light. A lot of y'all are lost in love. Y'all allowing these demons, demonic entities of lust and idolizing and unforgiveness. And y'all holding on to burdens that is slowly killing y'all within, internally. Start identifying who you is.